Слушайте, Мириам, еще один момент. Тун-тун-тун. А если у вас вы с компьютера, с ноутбука, есть ли у вас возможность сделать локальную запись? Сейчас вернусь. Сейчас Алексей Владимирович уточнял мне какие-то моменты. Все-таки он, наверное, какие-то начальные вступительные моменты будет говорить на русском, поэтому в самом начале мы попросим, кто на английском языке, в основном, в первую очередь, миссис Барлан, чтобы также она проверила, что она слышит ваш на английском канале. И вы тогда, Марианна, скажите какие-то слова, и мы получим подтверждение англоязычных, прежде всего у нее, что она вас слышит на английском канале, потому что будут все-таки вопросы-ответ. В основном только она будет выступать, но в конце планируется все-таки какие-то вопросы ей тоже задать. Если они будут на русском языке, то вам нужно будет эти вопросы переводить на английский. Какие-то слова Алексей Владимирович будет говорить. Вот есть зеленая кнопочка демонстрации экрана, а справа от нее запись. Это можете сейчас нажать? Когда вы нажимаете, там у вас выбор в облако, по-моему, предложение, либо запись, либо запись на локальный компьютер. Вы можете выбрать запись на локальный компьютер? Есть у вас такое? Да, нажмите. На этот компьютер, да. Вот. Просто, когда я буду записывать в основном то, что говорят без вашего звука. Когда вы сами записываете, то у вас запишется запись, где будет слышно ваш голос. И это ценно, поскольку будет много из русскоязычной аудитории, у меня наверняка будут спрашивать запись. Ой, можно, чтобы с русским языком? И тогда как-нибудь я попрошу вас загрузить куда-нибудь в облако, и после встречи, когда вы закончите, выйдете из встречи, у вас пойдет обработка, не выключайте сразу компьютер, пожалуйста, там это иногда занимает, может быть, час, может быть, даже с лишним. Потом он обработает этот файл, он у вас появится на компьютере, и я вас попрошу с помощью какого-нибудь облачного сервиса мне его переслать. Нет, Zoom надо как раз выйти, когда вы выходите из конференции, у вас начинается обработка вот этой видеозаписи, и она занимает какое-то время. Да, из Zoom-конференции надо выйти, поначалу вам не виден этот файл, когда вы выходите окончательно из Zoom-конференции, само приложение не обязательно закрывать, а выйти из Zoom-конференции, у вас идет сразу там идет обработка файла, либо какое-то место по умолчанию, куда-нибудь там мои документы, либо он спросит, именно в зависимости от ваших настроек в программе, куда сохранить этот файл, и он у вас будет. MP4. Ну да, не знаю, не встречался с таким эффектом. Кстати, я тоже стал обращать внимание. Может быть, у вас интернет. Сейчас. Ну, давай.
Hello, Mrs. Barlan. Can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, very good.
Okay, thank you.
You look very beautiful. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Maybe it's too bright in my background, right? Maybe I turned. Yeah, hold on a second. Better. Okay.
Нет, звук хороший. Вот то, что чуть-чуть, да, как будто стало немножко дерганное изображение, да, когда, но вот никакого дергания я не вижу.
So we are waiting another maybe 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
Everybody join, and now we're also checking interpretation and translation. Thank you, Sasha Sokolov and Marisha, for helping.
Okay. Yeah, I will fix I think my headphone is not working.
Ms. Bарлан, will you put the presentation by yourself?
Yes. Oh, can we practice screen share for now?
Yes. Yes.
Just to make sure. Okay, screen share. And this one. Okay, is it showing? It's good, right?
Yes.
Can you see it? Okay. Okay,
Very
then
much.
I'm good. And stop share. Okay. I just have to fix my headphone because I somehow my headphone is not working.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this HT meeting. Very nice to see you.
My headphone is not working. Come on, give me the what? Give me the another one. What do you mean it's not working? Can you fix it then?
Is there a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, I think. Is it 12 o'clock already?
Headset or headphones?
This one.
Is it working?
Okay, I think it's okay now. Thank you. Close the door.
Welcome. Need anything else before that?
I'm good. Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, very good.
Okay. Just testing if it works.
So maybe we can also check with translation now while we are waiting. So please, as probably many of you know, how to go to the different channel, like English channel and Russian channel. So Ms. Bарлан, also maybe you can go to English channel, because from the very beginning, I will speak in Russian for better introduction.
Okay.
And then you can, at least at the beginning, listen in the English interpretation. Can you check also?
Yeah, I have the American flag, English. Yeah, okay. Can you try? Yeah, I can. It's good. So is this Mariana?
Yes, Mariana.
Oh,
Also
hi.
those,
Nice to meet
yes,
you.
and those who only
Reverend
English.
Savaliv, how many participants do we have tonight?
Well, we invited as many as possible to join. Also, we are making recording, so
Okay.
we will see how many will be in this our Zoom meeting. But definitely, we will also use the recording for those who unfortunately cannot join later, cannot join now. So also those who are only English speaking, can you also choose and check that you can go to English channel, so that when I speak in Russian at the beginning, at least, you can hear translation. И также те, кто говорят только по-русски, пожалуйста, проверьте, что вы слышите перевод. Перейдите, пожалуйста, в группу.
Oh, I see Anna there. Anna, hi. Nice to see you.
Аня, ты сможешь помолиться в начале, пожалуйста?
Да, конечно.
Спасибо большое. Все ли в порядке с переводом? Те, кто только на русском языке будут слышать.
Да.
Все хорошо?
Мариша, да,
Спасибо
хорошо
большое.
слышно.
Спасибо большое. Thank you very much. So we will start in just a few minutes, because it's already 7 p.m. in Moscow. And as I understand, Mrs. Bарлan is still in America. That's why it's so like still morning in USA, yes?
It's noon. It's 12 noon.
Noon time. Okay.
Excuse me, I just need to get my water.
So anyway, let's start our monthly HTM meeting for blessed families and members in the Eastern Europe and other part of Europe who could join. Thank you very much for everybody. Today we have a very special guest, and I will introduce her later. So just to start with, I would like to ask Anna Kalmatskaya, who is the national leader of Ukraine, to offer prayer at the beginning. Anna, could you please pray?
Yes, please join my prayer. Most beloved Heavenly Parent, we want to thank you for the special opportunity that we can have now together as Heavenly Tribal Messiahs and as those who really want to fulfill your will and true parents' will to become their successors, those people who can truly in daily basis practice true love through giving blessing to other people, to other families. This is our sincere wish, our sincere desire, our Heavenly Parent. That's why we gathered here today in order to listen to our elder sisters sharing her report, her beautiful life experience that she already shared in front of international Heavenly Tribal Messiahs, and now she would like to share with us. We're really grateful for our sister Merli, our dear sister, who is showing us her really example of beautiful heart and desire to give blessing to as many people as possible. So that's why we want really to now to tune our hearts in order to get this experience and in order to clarify our vision, how also each one of us can do the same, how we can spread the blessing that we received from true parents, and how we can fulfill our Heavenly Tribal Messiah's responsibility. So please bless our gathering, please be with us, our Heavenly Parents, and we really want to greet you, to welcome each other, and want to share this beautiful time with you and with brothers and sisters. So we offer our sincere prayers, our devotions, and I offer this report in the name of Anna Kalmatskaya, Blessed Angel Family, Aju.
Aju.
Aju. Thank you, Anna, very much. Again, welcome everybody for this very special, anyway, noon or night. We have very beautiful and special guest, Mrs. Merli Bарлan. She was participating, she is participating in the special like cyber leadership school. And then last time she gave testimony in front of all participants. And I think many, and of course myself, were so excited. Immediately I got inspiration if Mrs. Bарлan is free enough to share her testimony broader to as many blessed families as possible. So I'm really thankful to Mrs. Bарлan that you like with us today, and that we could connect really in heart and learn from you, because from my viewpoint, learning from those who achieved something, I think this is the best tool for education. This is true, like Truffaut did for all of us. So maybe now I will speak in Russian. So those who speak in English, just listen English interpretation. I hope everything is fine. And then after a short introduction, then Mrs. Bарлan will speak for us. And then afterwards, maybe we have some time for sharing, some question answer. And then this is our schedule for today. Дорогие братья и сестры, Miss Bарлан, can you hear? Translation, everybody can hear? Дорогие братья и сестры.
I can. It's clear. Thank you.
Okay. Дорогие братья и сестры, сегодня у нас очень особенный гость. Для меня большая честь представить миссис Мерли Кристина Барет Барлан. Это ее полное имя. Она сейчас является в данный момент международным вице-президентом Федерации женщин Азии, а также президентом Федерации женщин Филиппин. Это ее миссия сейчас. Она присоединилась к нашей церкви в 1988 году, когда ей было 18 лет. У нее была активная жизнь в вере, и МФТ, и свидетельствование. Она получила благословение в 1992 году с мистером Барланом, и у них 5 детей. Затем была активная очень ее миссия в Федерации женщин и поддержка континентального лидера Азии на протяжении многих лет. И особенно я хотел бы подчеркнуть ее деятельность в роли именно родового мессии, потому что именно это сегодня является нашей главной темой. И вот как родовой мессия вместе со своим мужем они смогли благословить всех своих родителей, 5 братьев и сестер, родственников, соседей и также свое сообщество. В общей сложности у них 537 духовных детей, из которых 85 пар, которые прошли уже, включая 3-дневную церемонию, 55 VIP, которые получили благословение, я что-то буду пропускать, 387 пар, которые раньше состояли в браке, 40 духовных детей являются студентами Академии мира, которая существует в Азии. Участвовали в азиатской команде Top Gun и занимают сейчас молодежные лидерские позиции в церкви и в Карпе. Самое главное, что я хотел бы, что мы хотели бы услышать от мисс Барлан, это понимание того, что родовое мессианство – это миссия всей нашей жизни, что это не что-то отдельное от того, что мы делаем, а это то, что мы делаем, как весь наш жизненный путь. И когда миссис Барлан рассказывала о своем пути, вот несколько недель тому назад, конечно, она рассказывала и о трудностях, как она начинала в одиночку. Я знаю, что для кого-то это реально сейчас, как начать, как обрести решимость быть родовым мессией, как провести первое благословение. Миссис Барлан через все это прошла, как создать тройку, как понять важность VIP и, что тоже очень важно, как работать в обществе, чтобы решать социальные проблемы и иметь видение создания модельной или образцовой деревни, как основа построения Царства Божьего. Вот такое вот понимание миссии родового мессианства как часть построения Царства Божьего, конечно, очень удивительно. Я знаю, что миссис Барлан идет по этому пути, она в процессе вместе со своим мужем, со своим сообществом, поэтому очень-очень ценно, вот такой очень живой, глубокий опыт от нашей сестры. Я надеюсь, тоже вас это вдохновит, не только духовно, сердечно, но и, может быть, подскажет какие-то практические идеи, как и что можно было бы делать уже сейчас. На этом я заканчиваю свое представление. Now I will finish my introduction. Sorry, Ms. Barlan, if I did not mention something about you. I tried my best. So now I'll pass mic to you. So please have time to share your testimony and whatever you prepared for us.
Thank you, Reverend Savaliv. Good evening, dear brothers and sisters, elders. I am greatly honored to be invited by our Russian family, and I hope that I am enough. I really feel I'm still inadequate to convey enough experiences and the heart of our Heavenly Parent. But as much as I can, I want to share it with you tonight, especially in the area of establishing a holy community centering on Heavenly Tribal Messiah. So actually the foundation of Heavenly Tribal Messiah is really in our hearts. When we declare it, when we are very clear about it, when our heart and mind is united with the vision of our Heavenly Parent, our heart will give us the power to pursue it no matter what. And it's very difficult work because even for true parents, even for Heavenly Parents, it took 6,000 years. How can we do it in just 10 years, right? My family's course, I prepared 21 years in America. I stayed 21 years in America, but while I was in America, the whole time, my heart was always, even before True Parents pushed everyone to go to do the Vision 2020, in my heart, I think I don't know if it's ingrained in my heart that I want to go back to my hometown. And so we prepared spiritually and financially for the last 21 years. And we had this opportunity to finally go back to Philippines starting in 2010, little by little, but after True Father Songwa, we finally brought four of our children back to Philippines. The pushing point was the one day in 2011, I read a paragraph from Chun Song-gyong. It says there that if all the Americans will sell their house and send the money and serve North Korea, it will unite North and South Korea. And to me, it was like a lightning bolt that like I took it literally. So my husband and I, we arranged to have our house sold and our car, and within less than 1 year, we were in Philippines. My husband stayed in New Jersey to make the money and to support us. I'm telling you all this because it is part of the foundation of Heavenly Tribal Messiah. Chunilguk is the unity of two people become one, and the unity of husband and wife is the key. And so there, our journey started from there. And from husband and wife, there would have to be a lot of conditions, internal conditions. And we did not see a lot of result until the last, after 7 years. So meaning the first year until maybe like 5th year, it was very difficult. It was very difficult. It's hard to see the light of the day. But from 5th year until the 7th year, we started to see, and now the community is thriving, and we have young people, we have leaders taking ownership and walking their personal life of faith and in attending our heavenly parents and true parents. I'd like to show you now the PowerPoint. Share. Can you see it now? Okay. Is that good?
Yes,
Okay.
very good.
Yes, thank you. So because of my background, I work with Mrs. Sugiyama in pioneering the Women's Federation office, the UN office at the United Nations in 1999. Then I think it was God's way of educating me, preparing me for the Heavenly Tribal Messiah. Then I gave it an approach of holistic. Half is on the spiritual side, building true parents and heavenly parents community, and the other side was really more on the NGO framework, internal and external. This is my family. This is my husband. I have actually 5 children. One is in spirit world, my oldest one, and 4 are here. 2 boys in America and 2 girls in Philippines right now. And I would be talking about my experiences, the model formula that we started. This is my village in Philippines. It's a tourist destination because of these hills. There's about 1,700 uniform hills like this, 1,109 villages, and right now a population of 1.5 million people. And the island, which is the province of Bohol, has 47 towns and 1 city. And so when you see here, there's a pink stars, green stars, and yellow stars. These are the benchmark, the identity. We can identify which towns have community of blessed families, and we have 13 strategic towns as well. centering on many activities, more foundations that we have. We have for now around 16 mayors who got blessed, and 36 councilors, and then village chiefs as well. First, this is really important to start with the end in mind, they said, right? So the vision, we need to be very clear of that vision and never let go of it. And so we have to take it from what does, how our beloved true Father, how he described what would be a holy community. So Father said that the future world will be a world of a new culture of heart. I emphasize the pink colors for the important points. A culture of heart that brings harmony between God, humanity, and creation, and a culture of love based on true families. It will be a world of true love where everyone lives for the sake of others and all people live together in harmony and cooperation. It will be a world of interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universally shared values. In the future, we have to live the dream of one global family in which we are all brothers and sisters. It will be based on the ideal of true family, centered on true parents, and realized by true love that transcends race. So with this, this is very philosophical and theological, and it is hard to break it down into substantial daily activities. But based on what we see as a picture image of an ideal community, then we packaged it into an advocacy. First, we identify the needs of the family, the community, and then based on what are the social problems of the community, we put together a program which becomes like our main advocacy, our banner, our signature project. And then we created activities, daily activities based on that. And we gave it 10 years to have an impact so that our result will be measured. Impact meaning you will see the reduction of, for example, domestic violence, drug addiction, teenage pregnancy. So from year one, we had, let's say, 50% of the young people there, they got pregnant and during their teenage years. And then so 10 years later, it would be reduced to 30%. So we want to see this kind of result. Whatever is the problem in your community, I think the first step is really we need to identify what is the problem, and then we deliver a solution externally. First, it really will start externally, and then as soon as we educate more people to understand the divine principle slowly and apply it, then we can have we can expand to more internal education. So the fundamental mission in attaining Heavenly Parents' dream. So it is, what is our motivation? Here, I got this from the book, What is Heavenly Trouble Messiah, in the preface in the second page. It says there, the most fundamental mission in attaining Heavenly Parents' dream is to perfect the ideal family, which he desired to realize in the Garden of Eden through Adam and Eve before the fall. That ideal family must be realized in its original form. And humanity that has expanded through the fall must be brought together on the tribal level and be restored. Then the families of that tribe should be blessed to convert their lineage and be guided to form ideal families so that together they can build a community of tribes. I like this, the way they explain this, because it's very clear. There's a mission, there's a vision, there's a mission statement and a process, and there is even a strategy. So it's laid out very clearly, step by step for us. And here, to continue, it says to fulfill this mission, heavenly tribal messiahs need to first, there are 3 points that fundamentally we need to achieve in that step by step. Number 1 is to resolve the problem caused by the fact that the children of Adam in the first family, Cain and Abel, became divided and then expanded to become today's humanity. So as a tribal messiah, first really is before even we always say Messiah cannot come without John the Baptist. So John the Baptist, we need to seek for John the Baptist. But even before we can seek for John the Baptist, we need to have the heart of restoring the Cain and Abel. So then with that in mind, dealing with John the Baptist as your Cain and you are the Abel, or your outside, your family will be your Cains, your brothers and sisters will be your Cains, the leaders in the community, the government will be your Cain, and we are the Abel. So with this concept, then we know that every step of the way, our daily negotiation, our daily life will be a restoration of the problem of Cain and Abel. And secondly, they need to follow the path by which Adam and Eve can personally attend Heavenly Parent, restore the Cain and Abel realms, and ultimately restore their position as parents. So Adam and Eve's position need to be restored to the point before the fall. The heart and the filial heart, the filial piety of Adam and Eve towards heavenly parents before the fall. So this is our mission as husband and wife, that no matter how difficult it is, aside from worrying about financial situation and the children, your own children, there is little room for us really to worry about it because we need to focus on restoring our filial heart, that filial heart that Adam and Eve lost in the Garden of Eden. So we walk the course of restoring that heart first, and then once we restore that, we can think of restoring the Cain and Abel realm, and ultimately then we can become the Adam and Eve who can restore the position of the original parents before the fall. And the third is they need to walk the path of perfecting the realm of the royal family in which they can become heavenly parents' own children. So the realm of the royal family, the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, when starting 3 generations living together in one family, attending heavenly parents, and 3 generation being including our there is an Abel 3 generation, grandparents, our generation, and our children, and also the blessed families, the previously married couples, attend heavenly parents. They can become heavenly parents' own children. This is the part when we really have to embrace all our 430 couples as our own children, as our blood families, our blood relatives. And there can be no distinction whether they are my relatives or not relatives. In the world of heart, in the blessed family tradition, if once we take the holy wine and become blessed families, we are all brothers and sisters. We become blood relatives in front of heavenly parents. So we have phases of implementation. So we started internally. 2010 was more the NGO work until 2012. And then we laid the foundation for creating the environment for a culture of heart. So we started externally. So in the providence of restoration, it always starts first in terms of seeing the external result in the community. It has to be external, and then it goes more and more internal, the restoration of heart and the restoration of spirit and the lineage. So first we started with service projects and livelihood programs. That's when we sent our we established a preschool, and then we started with the mothers, and then became friends with them, and we worked together. In 2016, we leveled up. We took the partnerships with stakeholders. We wrote proposals, and we became more professional. And then we partner with the mayor, we partner with the government agencies, especially in the Pure Love movement, the teenage pregnancy and the drug addiction, and then the violence against women. And because this was the problem of the country, anybody, even in the university, they embrace, they like our project, because we had the project that was no other project, no, the approach, the way we educate young people. Even the parents said, we are helpless, please help us, and we trust you that you can help us in educating our own young people. So the third phase is in 2019 to 20 when we finished the Vision 2020. By 2019, December 2019, we pretty much finished our Vision 2020. So we look forward to another 10 years when we substantially establish and root in and solidify whatever foundations we established. So we strengthen our partnership, and then this is the part where we want to see transformation and create a culture of pure love and filial heart. And you probably see in our programs now that we are going into the social media, and we really want to project and make people see the picture image of what is a heavenly kingdom, the culture, and what it is, what it means in our daily lives. So when we see transformation of heart, and there are two types of transformation. First is you want to see that young people are taking ownership, and they're shifting their views instead of becoming liberal and looking at approaching their future in a very external sexual way of motivation. Now we will see that slowly, at least in the Philippines and in the province of Bohol, they hold on to that ideals that still abstinence before marriage, and one man, one woman is still the ideal. We held on to that, so we piggyback on that ideals from the people, and then educate the families. The second transformation is really deep inside, when each of our blessed families are able to attend heavenly parents, become that loving person naturally, without trying so hard to be loving. So we want people to have that altruistic mindset, and that interdependence and caring. This is what we want to see in our blessed families. So there is this formula. Foundation of faith is to establish Hondoke tradition in the family. We need to anchor every day our heart in order to overcome all the difficulties. We need to go through the cleansing of our mind and our heart, and our minds need to be aligned to God's vision. So through Hondoke, and it's like tuning in to the frequency, to the channel of God every day. And then the unity of husband and wife as absolute object partner to God, just like how Adam and Eve before the fall, the filial heart of the husband and wife towards God, absolute love, faith, and obedience. And the last one, for this is very important for me, is the absolute determination. And then the second is the foundation of substance, finding John the Baptist, externally our ambassadors for peace. And then first is we really have to share the vision, inspire them, give hope, be an inspiration to your ambassador for peace. In order for the ambassadors for peace to be able to have that artistic level of relationship with us, our family life, our family has to be an open book. That means that we really have to live a life of no shadow. Because most of my ambassadors for peace who became my best friends, my house is open for them in and out all day. And we share and to the late night sharing. But it is in your side comments, in your conversation, when there is it's in the informal outside the conference hall conversation, when they think that, wow, you have a very different point of view, you have an inspiring point of view of looking at one particular problem. So that's when they start to feel like, wow, you are different, you have a loving approach, you are inspiring, I want to be your friend, I want to be like you. And usually when they say that love is very attractive, nobody run away from true love, right? But why is it that so many people wanted to run away from us? Even our own families, they don't want to be associated with us. We need to check our own personal achievement in the level of if we have true love, if we have God's and true parents' love, we should be people should be magnetized to our energy. But why do they run away from us? So we really need to. That is the part where we need to practice and meditate and pray, that even without knowing, without us being extra consciously exerting effort, but people will just naturally be drawn to us. So this is the natural way of witnessing, and it will only happen when we really have that absolute filial heart towards our heavenly parents, and every word we say, every action we make is like a hondoke for them. It's refreshing and they want to be with us. And so working together will be an easy path, because they want to work with us, because they trust us and they feel God's love through us. So ambassadors for peace, they will pave a way. They will stick their neck out for us. They're willing to go the uncomfortable way just to protect us, because they know us. And I think for anyone who established that certain level of trust, they will stick with us through thick and thin. And the last one, foundation to establish the Heavenly Parents Holy Community, we need to create sustainable system of education. So together with your VIPs and the ambassadors for peace and your family, then we have the foundation to expand and establish a school, a system, sustainable system, meaning, so the home group. The first is the Trinity system, the home group. These are the sustainable system. Without this education system in place on a consistent basis, that means you need to be visible in the community. Then, if we don't establish this part, it's whatever we invested will just go away. So that's why in the case of a lot of our blessed families who adopted their 430 in other countries, it's very difficult to establish this holy community of heavenly parents, because we are not there and we have not fully established that sustainable system. That's why I recommend the witnessing to your own village, witnessing to your own circle of families and relatives and friends, because you can be consistent, and no matter what, you are their friends, you were born there, you are their blood relatives. Even if they're negative in the beginning, eventually, they cannot get rid of you, because we are their relatives, so they will accept us. Blood is thicker than water, and love is thicker than blood. So, and when true love, and when it is a holy love from our heavenly parents, the sustainability is guaranteed. Okay, so create environment. So the aim there is really from that environment that we have created, we can create a purified culture of true love, meaning we want to see blessed families who do hondoke in a daily basis in their families, and we want to see them joining us on Sunday service, and we want to see them celebrating God's Day, True Parents Day, and celebrate it in their schools, in their homes. So this is the substantial, this beginning point of the realization of the kingdom of heaven. I just want to see what time, how much. Okay, so I have like few more minutes, right? So here is what kind of love is true love. It's really basically in giving endlessly and giving happily, unconditional. No, it doesn't matter whether you are persecuted or not. Just give and give and give, and without thinking. Sometimes our motivation really is like, we want to bless them because we want to accomplish our 430, right? In the end, the motivation is like, I want to take, it's really me, is the center. I want to reach my goal of 430. Please drink the holy wine. Drink the holy wine. I want to take my 430. I want to finish it quickly. I already spent a lot of money. Why my 430 is not there yet? But you know, with that kind of attitude, we get burned out. We without approaching the way where it doesn't matter. Even one couple, I want to restore my heart. When even one couple who finished 3-day ceremony, it doesn't matter whether it's a VIP couple or a very poor couple, one family restored, it removes a layer of fallen natures in our heart, and you can really feel God's, you know, like that bond between heavenly parents and true parents and you. In that night, that when this couple said, we finished our 3-day ceremony, that liberation and the joy that 3 of you shared, God, true parents, and you, that celebration is something so beautiful. There's no word that can really enough to describe the joy and liberation, the resurrection. So when one blessed family do finish the 3-day ceremony, it's like God is celebrating the resurrection of one child. So it's like, to me, it's very, can you imagine, you know, I don't know, maybe some families have experienced losing their own child, a child who passed away. So our longing is always like to resurrect. We'll do anything to resurrect that child and have that child be alive again. Imagine we bring this gift to God and say, Heavenly Parents, we have one who got resurrected. And then, so that kind of parental heart, we need to experience it, because once you experience it, even just the first couple, when you invested so much and prayed so much, and then when it happens, the joy and the liberation, and you cry, and then it's that sharing of heart, and heavenly parents will talk to you, will appreciate you, will say thank you, thank you, thank you. And heavenly parents is really actually very humble. Heavenly parents says, I owe you. I'm so sorry you have to go through this suffering, but I'm so grateful. Thank you. I want to bless you. I want to. So this kind of, you know, like kind of embrace. And so, you know, this kind of experience very addicting. So you have one, and then you want to have 2, you want to have 3, you want to have 12, you want to have 120, you want to have 430. By the time you finish 430, our hearts will be beautiful and clear and loving. And we have so much of that experience with God, we become like true parents. Well, I don't have 430 yet. I only have 87 families. So, But I want to inspire you all, because it's not magic, but when we invest our heart unconditionally, it's beautiful. And okay, so these are the external part. First is really, we want to, usually the previously married couples, they have reached their old age. In terms of return of investment, they cannot really they cannot give back to their maximum potential because they're old. They have a lot of old baggage in their life. But invest in the young people, because at 18, when you inspire these people, they will spend the rest of their lives just like how I did. Then the restoration of the whole world will be very quick. Empower them, and then let them inherit. So this is what we've been doing. From now on, I think I'll be just breezing through the pictures. So we started with academy work in the university. And then I would like to work with these providential numbers: 12 government officials, 48, the youth 40, and NGO 21. And then with this foundation, we launched the 10,000 Heroes for Bohol. Actually, it says here externally, because this is my proposal to the government of to the governor. So partly they're funding this through their municipality. The power to change a nation by inculcating pure love and a conscience-driven leadership paradigm in the young people. Which leader don't like that? Leaders like that. Even if they're corrupt, they still like it. The original mind want to have that kind of project, and they will partner with you. So this is for 2019 to 2030. Actually, the 10,000 Heroes, really our goal is 10,000 blessing candidates. If in Bohol we have 1,100 village, so in one village, if we have 10 young people to be raised as blessing candidates, 10 young people who want to be matched in a period of 7 years, let's say, or 10 years from now, it's not impossible, right? For a village with 500 families, then only 10 blessing candidates, then times 1,100 villages. So it's easy. 10,000 actually is doable. It's not something like punching the moon. So here, and then, so Trinity, this is how I first started Trinity. My first 3 spiritual children, my younger brother, 2 younger brothers on the left and right, and in the middle is my first cousin. So this, I invested 10 years for them before they become the blessed family, the supportive, the sacrificial blessed family. Cain, they were my Cain. Trinity is important because it's the restoration of the 3 archangel. They will Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and Lucifer. So here we need to, they are the ones, without going through these 3 spiritual children, restoring heart on a artistic level. They will absolutely unite with you. They look at you artistically as the authority figure in your tribe. So that's submission by natural surrender. So spiritually, when we establish this, externally, those 12 families will come. And when you have 12 families, then you can expand to 70 to 120 and 430. So this is in front of my house. We did our first blessing in 2015. So from these couples, that's we invested in their children. So we got our first 12 couples, and then we invested in their children. After 7 years, their children became this. They got blessed this year. I have one. My nephew, a Chinalgok special envoy to Brazil, is blessed to Russian. That's her name is Alexandra. So I have connection to Russia, right? So China, Malaysia, Japan, Korea, Thailand, and so And then my cane, I raised up future leaders, the center leader of Bohol also. They're not my spiritual children, but I raised them up as adopted children. So our 36 couples are here. So my parents-in-law, my brothers and sisters, my niece and nephew. And then, yeah, we expanded from Trinity. We did home group actually it's not the textbook type, but it was really a home group from your village is very organic. It is artistic, it is informal, but then they will yield the same level of more sustainable level of result. And then, so this is the school. My husband and I invested about $20,000. We fundraised in order to build a library and learning center and run a 3-year program. And then this is my first ambassador for peace. We raise a lot of money here in America. Crowdfunding, corporate funding, NGOs funding our scholarship program. This is our 200 scholars, high school scholars. They're the children of the blessed families, actually. And so one of the conditions for their children to be scholar is the parents will participate in the seminar, and then they need to get blessed. And children will practice pure love. And this is our ambassador for peace. She helped me in the opening for the university CARP activities that we have. We did pure love. I have a picture here with the city administrator, the vice mayor, and the representative of the congressman. We wanted to institutionalize the Pure Love program. This is my village. 5 minutes down the road is my home. And we sent our children, the children of their blessed families, to UPA, cadet. And then, so yeah, this is my core group. Support from administration. We send fundraisers to America so that they can support high-level conferences that we have. And then all our full-time members, we mobilize them to bless their own parents. And they did. And this is one of the blessed families who had second gen after they got blessed. And then this is our youth group, our tribe. And okay, so this is in partnership with the youth in the government. And then here, our 10,000 heroes, they're all full-time church members and blessing candidates. They are the ones who are going to witness the 10,000 blessing candidates. And then we went to all over the province, international conferences and Pure Love rally. The mayor and the vice governor joined the high-level conferences. We went to the universities. We promote pure love in a big way, in a massive way. And we send letters to the mayors, to the governors. We made sure they understand our messaging. And then this is the divine principle is very important. We cannot change the heart and mind of people without divine principle. We really need to teach divine principle. And then, so this is we started from the village level. This is working with Soroptimist NGOs and the mayor. This is a provincial level. The vice governor attended. This is academe. And the, nationwide, we could organize high-level conference like this because we have fundraisers from America who spent thousands of dollars to this high-level conference. And then through our youth program, the GPA and STF, we could meet the governor, and governor was so inspired. He sponsored dinner for all of our volunteers from Europe and America. And from here, HQ Asia gave us a grant of $10,000 to send 12 of our VIPs, mayors, to Thailand. 3 days Divine Principle seminar. They got blessed. And then from here, they know what we are all about. This is a mayor now, couple. And so, then the following year, we had we institutionalized the blessing. So meaning there is a city town ordinance allowing the conduct of the blessing. So they finance half of the blessing activity that we have. It's historic. It's never been done all over the world. It is from an ambassador for peace who got inspired. I did not tell him to do it. He did it by his original mind. When our VIP drink holy wine, they have their I don't know, some Holy Spirit will guide them to be to fulfill their God-given mission. So he wrote this very nice ordinance. So it became a law. It became a law in the town. So everyone is mandated as a part of our social initiative to help the families. So, and then we present it very professionally with a proposal, activity design. And you know, the thing with working with the government is you cannot back up. You cannot turn away from your promises. So if you promise, if you declare something, you better do it. You got to do it no matter what, because it's your hometown. You are there. They're not going away, and you are not going away. So here, this is, anyway, you have a copy. This is this is the mayor and our church leader. Ginia Wanilio is our regional director. She is Russian as well. Married to Filipino brother. This is our mayor. And now in a second town, this is actually my hometown. We are partnering with a government agency in charge of the families. This is how our blessing look like, individual couples blessing. This is organized in government. It was the government who invited them. We did not invite them. They gathered the people. We just come there and give lecture. And then, so this is how we do those who completed 3-day ceremony, we give them, we teach them how to do it, even bowing in front of true parents' picture like that. And then the last part, the piece of the puzzle, was the interfaith dialogue. We went through a lot of persecution, but because of the interfaith dialogue, people, religious leaders now are more open. They understand us and they partner with us. This is one of our home group in the villages meeting. We had one time a national leaders meeting in my hometown. And livelihood projects. Women's Federation Korea donated sewing machines. And this couple, this is Japanese couple who are wealthy, blessed family. They donated $40,000 to establish a training center for our youth in our village. And these are the European. And this is the American GPA. We really did a lot externally. We need to show, we need to give, because spiritually, or spiritual food is nothing if we don't give externally. I'm just blessed because we have a network by Women's Federation Network. We could network with our blessed families all over the world. And we get a $10,000 grant from an international NGO called Seroptimus. This is a water filtration project. And this is our biggest project so far, an $80,000 education center, multi-purpose education center. And we have an Airbnb, Mulavi Forest Bed and Breakfast. My house is in the back. So we have now actually a total of 7 buildings. In 10 years, we established these buildings. And this is where we do our 7 days Divine Principles seminar and retreat. So yeah, and that's it. I think we're just, the next part would be establishing a banking center, an international peace village, hotels, schools. So we want to do it in the next 10 years, malls, and just like what our true parents, a mini Chongpyong. We need to dream big, because the vision that God had in the beginning, and true parents showing us exactly the model way, starting from a husband and wife, 3 couples until 430, and making like a mini Chongpyong in our villages. And yeah, I think Father said, dream dreams that others dare not imagine. And when our dreams are God's dream, it will, no question, it will be achieved. Thank you so much, and I hope that it inspires you, and then we can establish Heavenly Parents Holy Community all over the world, especially in Russia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Barlan. It was so exciting to hear. I hope everybody could understand and most of all feel the heart of the Mrs. Barlan. So I myself, when I listened first time, I actually connected not through words, but through the heart of the person who is really building heavenly kingdom. Anyway, Mrs. Barlan, maybe if anybody have question, but I as a moderator, just to ask one first question to you. For example, if the person is just about to start, of course, your accomplishment is very great, but sometimes if you see that big result, you feel like, oh, I'm so small. What to do and how to do? It's not for me. I cannot do so. What would you suggest? How to start? What to start with? Can you share a little bit about this?
Okay, internally and externally. It has the first is you have a determination. You want to liberate the heart of God. Liberate the heart of God. And that is a powerful vision and motivation. Externally, we need to find John the Baptist. John the Baptist, because in that give and take of John the Baptist, aside from the technical support that a John the Baptist will give you, there is a spiritual dynamics of restoration. And when we have a artistic relationship, when we restore the resentment of Jesus, when we restore the resentment of John the Baptist through our daily life, the whole spiritual world will open. And when the whole spiritual world is open around you, then in the middle of the night, whether you're walking or you're in the airplane, ideas will come. Inspiration will come. You know, you look at my presentation and you will think that, wow, that is so brilliant. That is so big. That is so amazing. Even me, when I look at it, I said, wow, that is amazing. Did I do that? I said, I didn't do that. There's no way in this world with my own. I don't think I am smart. I am not an intellectual type of person. There's no way in the world I could do that. I didn't do that. But I remember that there was this so much passion in my heart. I want to bring God to my village. And my village was very poor. So I said, I don't want to bring God in my village. But then when God comes to my village, the people are poor. The people have barely nothing to eat. There are incest. There is domestic abuse. And so when God comes to my village, it's hell. There is no foundation, and God will be so sad. God will be so tortured looking at these children with no food. So I said, before God can come, I have to elevate the standard of this family so that when God will come, it is beautiful and he will not feel so sad. See? So then that's how I thought of the NGO, the water filtration, the scholarship, the vegetable garden competition, because before God even can come to bless them, God will feel so sorry. These people have nothing to eat. So God, as a parent, you will feel sorry, right? So I don't want to make God feel sorry. So I elevate first through external. This I did not invent by myself. It's not from research, but one day while I was doing hondoke, while I was flying on the airplane and then up in the clouds, I received this heart and revelation that inspiration. I would not say I'm a very like a spiritual sensitive or medium type of, but it's just come to so many. I feel like sometimes it's my ancestors, sometimes it's just an inspiration. I write them down. So when we say how to start with a filial heart. Start with a filial heart. Hondoke, you will receive ancestors. True father will come to your dreams. Mother will come to you and then tell you exactly what to do. Because even like now in Russia, I wouldn't know exactly your social problem, right? So I cannot pinpoint what to do. But if we start with, if we start with a longing heart, and awareness of God's sorrowful heart, a longing heart every day will produce, like, they say when there is a will, there is a way, right? If there is a will, there is a way. How does it happen? It is the will that will find a way. So, yeah, I cannot tell you how to start exactly. I've shown you, but I think personal customized revelation from heaven will come to you exactly how to do in your community. It will start with your John the Baptist, 3 John the Baptist, 3 spiritual children, 3 VIPs. I have 3 spiritual children in the academe. I have 3 spiritual children in the media. I have 3 spiritual children in the business sector. I have 3 spiritual children, politicians. I have 3 spiritual children in the NGO and business. So when I want to have activity in the religious sector, I will mobilize them, centering on these 3. And then when I want to have a political activity, seminar for politicians and partnership with government, I will mobilize these 3. And when I have with the students I will have 3 youth leaders in charge. Give them responsibility, empower them, and let them do it, and just guide them. So numbers of 3, and from there, your John the Baptist will tell you, will guide you. You know how I came up with the proposal to the government? You know how the province of Bohol was able to send 36 councillors and 12 mayors to a 3 days Divine Principles seminar in Manila Hotel. They spent, for each participant, they had to spend a minimum of $500 registration fee. Government paid for it. A total of like $20,000. Government paid for it, for a 3 day Divine Principles seminar, 2 nights, 3 days. Because my spiritual daughter, who is now a congresswoman, she taught me how to make a proposal in the language that the government can accept it. So this is the power. It's not my own genius, but the spirit world opening up. There's a chamber in our heart and in our mind when spiritually we're aligned and clear to God's channel. Spirit world, the scientists may be in spirit world, the saints and sages in spirit world, the Russian saints and sages will come to you and will be attracted to the energy and the vibration of your mind, of your longing heart. They will come to you and tell you exactly what to do. You will have dreams. You will have, all kinds of spiritual experiences, and you will become genius, brighter, smarter than Einstein.
Thank you very much, Ms. Barlan, for your inspiration and encouragement. Anybody who wants to ask a question or share something, please.
On a practical side, first, if you really want to do HTM externally, start looking around in your village, in your community. What is the core, the major problem, chronic problem that that the government needs help? The community needs help, and help them in that way. They will work with you because they need help. And then that's a good start. whether it's domestic abuse, whether it's violence against women, or drug addiction, pornography, anything.
Yes. So, anybody wants to ask Ms. Barlan or share? Please feel free. Actually, myself, I'm very much excited about Mrs. Barlan testimony because it really embraces all three True Mother strategy. Because True Mother investing herself in showing us practical example how to build up community. And so myself is really excited when I could see how our members and brothers and sisters are really trying to like catch up or trying to follow up and take and use True Mother's model. And so it's yeah, and especially since many of us struggling about youth, like Mrs. Barlan said, that please like especially focus on youth people, and we are like wondering where can we find the young people, because sometimes young people are becoming too materialistic, too busy, and also they don't really trust us much. But as Mrs. Barlan said, of course, it's not easy to reach the point of where parents can really trust or even send the young, or at least allow the young people to be connected with the youth foundation of True Parents. So I think this is really exciting, though it's not easy, but I think it's really exciting kind of renaissance of the so-called youth witnessing, more natural way. I could see this not only in Philippines, also in Cambodia, and it gives to me even strength and power, because we are becoming like elder, and we cannot rely only on second generation. We have to really see how even our children can work together with young people in the community or in the society. So I think it's through HTM. This is really the way, and I thank Ms. Barlan that you can show us that this is great. Anyway, I'm just talking because anybody wants to share or ask the question?
I can answer questions.
Please.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Yes, sure. Hi, hello.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Andrei from Moldova, and thank you very much for sharing with us really beautiful examples and good practices. I mean, as Alexei said, it's really difficult because we feel very happy for you, a little bit sorry for us, because still very far from your results. We are just at the beginning. But my question is if it is possible, and because you already have good example, good practices, like best practices, we can say, it will be possible if, for example, to organize for some government officials from Moldova, for example, to go to Philippines and to learn from your governments these good practices. I mean, I'm thinking about this John the Baptist concept, and we already shared with some, how to say, some town mayors and so on, these good examples from Asia, from Cambodia, from Thailand, from, but they never saw it with their eyes. So I was thinking maybe to have like this kind of study visits or something like this. Do you have already in your experience study visit with other countries? Would you be interested to support us in these study visits and so on, to learn best practices? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it is possible. When educating our VIPs outside our own country is actually more effective, because they like to travel, but in Thailand, that's how we educated our mayors. We sent them to Thailand. And when they went to Thailand for that 3 days Divine Principles seminar, their classmates were the governors of Cambodia, the members of the parliament from Sri Lanka, and all the, so, and there were like 200 of them classmates in one room, and Dr. Jung giving them the lecture. And usually some government officials, when they attend seminars, they sometimes, you know, attend for a few hours and they go somewhere. But during that 3 days, they were really they were strictly monitored. So yeah, that's how they opened their heart and their mind. So I'm thinking that we could do the same. If you wanted in Philippines, we could organize a high level Asian even Asian level conference. Bohol is it's a world tourist destination. It has 5-star hotels, beach area, white beaches. It's very famous in the country. So we can arrange like a seminar and study tour, meeting with the governor and the Congress, this congresswoman and the mayor, and then visit my village and sightseeing. And then we would have to, I think when we want to bring high-level government officials, we need to prepare the environment, like a platform for them, which is a conference. But you know, COVID is still around. It's restricting us. I don't see it happening maybe this year, maybe early next year, probably. That's a good idea, though.
Yes, thank you very much for sharing and for your answer. Yeah, it's like actually like a long-term thinking. I mean, yeah, with Thailand conferences, we also heard about them and seminars.
Yes,
so
yes.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. And yeah, in the past, the last 8 years, GPA and STF and Chunilgok missionaries, year after year for the last 8 years, they had life-changing experience. So visiting the place, seeing it and feeling it is very different than just reading about it.
So thank you, Ms. Barlan. As I understand your last sentence, you are inviting our young people from Europe to visit Bohol more and more, yes?
Let them, how about send your, for HTM, for young people or your second gen and even not second gen, send them to Bohol for 3 months. They catch the fire and then they come back. They become Filipino, but they come back with a new perspective, and that's the original idea of the youth program. And even we have in mind is the women's, the Women's Federation Korea. They went there for 4 days. The Women's Federation presidents, the wives of the national, the regional leaders of Korea, they came to Bohol, 30 of them, 25 of them. They came. They had life-changing experience. So how about we have Russian blessed families, just, you know, come to Bohol and spend 10 days, minimum of 10 days to 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And you can, maybe it's something to explore. We can organize it for you.
Thank you very much. You are the person of no limit, not struggling with coronavirus at all. Just giving one idea after another. Anybody else wants to share and or ask question?
Okay, can I ask something? I'm
Yes,
taking
please.
that invitation. First of all, thank you very much. I am from Portugal, so I really feel I do not fit in this group.
Hello.
I was so excited about listening from you again, because I heard about, I already heard your testimony on the last cyber class. And then we received this invitation, and even if I'm not at all from East Europe, I am completely opposite, but I was so excited to participate. But if we really want to send our kids to you, who can we contact? I mean, how can we make it substantial? We contact you directly, or do you already even have other responsibles? Or
I usually, when it comes to second gen, I oversee everything, but I have people who coordinate it, but I oversee everything. So you would have to contact me. I pay special attention to the education of second gen. We do a lot of preparation, internal and external preparation, to make sure they are safe, to make sure they have the best experiences. And yeah, we did that with STF. We did it with GPA and Chunilguk missionaries of Japan and Korea.
so there would be someone to pick them up on the airport and bringing them
Oh,
to
yes.
Oh, this is very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are so far away from you, internally and externally. But
Don't worry. I feel I have a bit of Spanish, maybe Portugal ancestry.
yeah.
So yeah.
You know, the problem, now sometimes is easier in a very poor community. When you live in the rich society, people used to think they don't need anything. They don't need you. They already have
Right.
everything they need. And the things they need, they don't want to show them so clearly. And also, like, they are institutionalized and you cannot go in because you need to somehow work to the government or the city hall. So
Yes.
it's so different. It's East from Western world, so different. So to be in a rich, so-called rich nation, sometimes this is not a plus, it's a minus, because you find difficult. Of course, they desperately need you, but they don't accept you. So I'm sticking to your main motivation, the longing and the yearning for liberating through God's heart. So that's the only way to find a way to go in a very closed society, the yearning and longing. I will keep that words in my mind. Thank you very much, sister.
Thank you.
I hope one day we can do something together. Who knows?
Oh, yes. As much as possible, I'd like to be of help for blessed families.
Thank you.
Hello, I am
Hello.
Mercedes. I am from Spain.
Oh, hello. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good,
I
thank
was with
you.
you together in Korea last February.
Oh, yes. I remember you. We
remember?
sat on the same table. Did we sit or
That's
we
right.
talked?
That's
Yeah,
right.
I remember you.
So you already at that time inspired me so much, and always when I listen to you, I really want to go to the Philippines. I really want to learn there, and then to come back with this kind of education and this kind of vision. So when is the best time to visit the Philippines?
Let's try after September. We'll see.
After September.
Yeah, after September. Let's try. It's a November, December is cooler, but it's not cold. Okay, cooler. It's hot in the Philippines, but
Okay.
January, February, rainy season. March, April, May, summer. That's very hot. And then June, July, August, rainy, monsoon, typhoon season.
So maybe April will be a good time. April.
April is nice. It's hot though, but it's nice.
Okay.
It's summer.
I will pray that I can get the chance to go in April to the Philippines.
Let's organize European women even women leaders,
Yes.
your VIP friends. We can do something, conference with women leaders, the mayors, and we conduct like an activity, that a festival, or then we can do blessing. We can do many things we can do together.
Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. I think with this clear plan for April, and I will also do my best to support it from Russia, we are going to finish this meeting. So thank you, Mrs. Barlan, again. Especially
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your really the heart, which is that much open to Heavenly Parent, and that you love your community that much. We could really experience, even we are really far away from each other, that we don't know each other personally, but as you said, by witnessing 430, by investing in your spiritual children to the level of 3-day ceremony, your heart is changed that much. And then it's really, we could really feel it. That's why I feel people that much wants to be with you, and means not with you, with God, with our Heavenly Parent. And I think this is that beautiful. So let's keep in touch, and I will schedule for April, and we will follow up the idea of women leaders, because in Russia, I don't know if it's any other nations of Eastern Europe, we really need to raise women federation and women, as True Father was thinking and wishing. So thank you for elder sister for this kind of suggestion. So let us finish with the prayer, and I would like to ask Olga Martinson if she is with us, national leader of Estonia. Olga, if you can say the final prayer.
Only Russian.
Yeah.
Наш Небесный Родитель, Родители небес, земли, всего человечества, спасибо вам огромное за эту удивительную встречу с нашей старшей сестрой из Филиппин, которая поделилась своим сердцем, огромным опытом работы, вкладываясь в каждого человека и обретя такое же сердце, как у истинных родителей, которое желает освободить вас от боли и скорби, и желание также помочь людям обрести вас, ваше сердце и ваш идеал. Наш Небесный Родитель, мы очень глубоко искренне тронуты таким отношением и такой посвященностью и жертвенностью и любовью нашей сестры старшей, и молимся о том, чтобы унаследовать такой же дух, унаследовать такую же решимость, как есть у нее, и тоже приложить все усилия, чтобы сделать наше окружение ближе к вам и объединиться больше с сердцем, с истинными родителями, и объединиться со своими супругами, объединиться в своем сообществе и найти людей типа Иоанна Крестителей, которые могут также быть тронуты вашим сердцем, вашей волей, вашей мечтой, и тоже помогать строить Царство Небесное на земле, осуществлять вашу волю по строению идеального мира. Молимся, наш Небесный Родитель, с благодарностью за эту удивительную встречу и за всех братьев и сестер, которые присоединились к ней, у которых тоже есть такое стремление, желание осуществить миссию небесного родового мессианства. Я прошу, чтобы вы благословили всех и чтобы направляли каждого из нас, чтобы мы шли вперед, не сдавались, и чтобы действительно мы могли думать и сотрудничать, как в будущем можем поддерживать, помогать друг другу и делать наш мир ближе к тому идеалу построения единой мировой семьи. Наш Небесный Родитель, приносим вам наши сердца, это время, нашу любовь вам и тоже, чтобы этот запал, это вдохновение, чтобы у нас сохранилось надолго, и чтобы мы могли передать это другим. Приношу этот отчет с благодарностью за организацию этой встречи, и приношу этот отчет от имени всех братьев и сестер, от имени Мартинса Нольфишена, Центрального Благословенной Семьи. Аджу.
Adju.
Aju.
Thank you very much, Olga.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much one more time, Mrs. Barlan. Please say great hello, big hello to your husband and to your children who are next to you. Thank you, Marisha, very much for
you.
translation. And of course, thank you everybody who joined us and helped to create the beautiful artistic atmosphere. Ms. Barlan, we are together, and please support us, and we will pray for Bahol.
Oh,
that
thank
we will
you.
really
Thank you.
create a heavenly village, a heavenly community.
And I
So thank you
hope,
very
my
much.
hope and prayers, I'll pray for Russia as
Thank
well.
you. Thank
I
you.
have a blood connection to Russia. My nephew is blessed to a Russian. So,
Okay.
okay. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. I am so honored.
So bye-bye.
Bye.
See you.